you, oh, you're pretty. That's why the first person to tell you you're pretty, I'm glad my mama never, they say your parent and your family is your first bully, point out every insecurity you have, and then you want your kids to feel beautiful and smart and go to school with people who telling them the same thing you tell them. That's not gonna work. You can't want to be your children's love and shelter, but you're not that. That's materialistic things. If God was only materialistic to you, you will feel hurt. You need to have your spirit be healed. You need to have your spirit be fed. It's okay to have clothes and shoes and all this stuff, but what about my spirit? What about my emotions? What about my mental state? You can't be, you look pretty on the outside. You got me nice shoes. You got me nice things, but I'm struggling on the inside. Some people want to commit suicide, but they look good on the outside. Y'all focus on the outside so much that you don't take the time. You say you listen to your children, but 9 times out of 10, you're not really listening because we don't feel safe. You say you create a safe space, but that's 9 times out of 10 is not true. Because even though my parents never hit me or they never threatened to hit me, they words hurt even worse. When you telling me, you never say you disappointed in me, but your body language show it all. You look at me like I'm just like you can't believe you raised this. Some people say that to their kids, I can't believe I raised somebody like this. Well, if you raised me so beautifully that you shared
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got clips of a little girl telling her point of view of what it's like being a kid around her parents, or just parents in general. Kids being around parents in general. When I saw it, man, you know, it has some truth to it. And then some of those are just more like, you know, you can kind of tell she's coming from a kid's point of view and feelings, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, some parents ain't gonna let it slide. I ain't gonna lie to you. And, you know, and this is, you know, and plus, given the fact that we've all been kids, man, we can relate to her. We can relate to her to some capacity. But you know, it's funny, the fact that we went from 1960s where Negroes got beat. They ain't get whoopings, they got beatings. You know what I'm saying? And I come from that background too. But to now, you know, I have a few videos where kids be calling cops on the parents. Now kids can really call cops on the parents. And, you know, and society says whooping your kid is abuse. But, you know, hey, that's why you got all these little kids running around here shooting up schools. And, you know how America works. But y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, comment, and subscribe.
Wow.
Do you want your
if you are a
parent
parent, this is for
to
you.
be your best friend? And what does it look like?
Talking about.
I mean, we want to hear what you say.
Somebody's over here.
Smiley coming up.
So in my house, with my mom, it was always, everything was up for discussion. Everything was up for discussion because my mama, she a real understanding person. So it was literally a conversation I had growing up with me. I'm a real knowledgeable person. I like to know a lot of stuff. So the way I would come across and say things, she'll be like, I know you not coming from a standpoint of you trying to be disrespectful to people, but some people don't understand you how I understand you, so you might have to correct yourself. So I literally had a conversation with my mom. I was like, okay, I'm finna tell you stuff and stop me when I get disrespectful. I express my feelings, but that don't happen with everybody. And so when I was standing up here and you guys were like, don't belittle your children, but the whole statement of you're not on my level sounds like belittlement to us. It's saying you don't have as much value as me. You're not as important to me. You don't put up what I put up, so you can't have a say so in what we do. You don't pay bills. You don't own this house. You don't pay for nothing.
So it's like I get where she's coming from, but here's what we have to understand, man. Like I said, this is why I say for a lot of parents, this shit ain't gonna freaking fly. The shit that she's saying, this shit ain't gonna freaking fly. It's not belittling you. It's really not belittling you. Saying, you know, maybe you know what I'm saying, you're not on my level part, I can understand that one. But when parents say that, it's because you're trying to do something that they're not allowing you to do. At the end of the day, they're a parent. Y'all have to. We are in a generation to where parents are kids' friends. And that's where the disconnect is, right? A lot of parents, man, want to treat their kids like they're freaking best friends. So then once the kids get a little older or whatever, kids are not always going to agree with what you want. You're not going to always agree with what the kid want or do. So it then becomes a point where you don't get that daughter-mother type of relationship, or daughter-father type of relationship, or father-son, daughter, mother-son. You won't get that type of relationship. You will get more of a nigga, man, F you, getting angry. They don't. These kids don't have a certain boundary. These kids do not have boundaries, and that's because their parents never set them, because they always want to be friends with these damn kids. That's where you go wrong. No, plenty of people, they don't have boundaries with their parents, so they just talk to their parents all types of damn way, call them out the name and shit.
Boys, I made sandwiches. Dalton Bartholomew Carnegie, clean up this room. It's filthy. Get the fuck out of my room, Margaret. It's my room. I'll do whatever I want. Young man, clean up your room this instant. Get out, bitch! Stupid fucking whore. If you don't clean this room right now, I'm going to tell your father, and he's going to take away your Fortnite. You better fucking watch yourself. Clean this room. You have 2 weeks. Fucking bitch. Hey, let's just keep playing Fortnite, man. So what's up, Dalton, bro? Should I run squads or what should I do? Hey, you good, bro? Yeah. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. Oh, okay. I'm gonna just be here playing Fortnite. Okay. He's gone. Okay. Dalton, did you finish cleaning your room? Dalton? What are you doing with your father's handgun? Because his shotgun only does 9 damage! Dalton!
And the parents just look dumbfounded and like, damn, why my kid acting like this? Well, it's because you never set a boundary with them. Once again, I'm not trying to compare nobody to dogs, but young kids are almost like dogs. You have to teach them young. You have to teach them early, because if you try to discipline your kids and teach them once they start reaching about 10 years of age or whatever, you've already created a boundary where they think they can do whatever, and it's already too late in the game. It's going to be hard to correct that behavior that they have. That's why you have to jump on that early. And she's saying that, that they're belittling, you don't pay no bills. If I come up in the house, you know what I'm saying, or I want to go do something, or if I want to move something in the house, I want to do something in my room. Like, prime example, right? Like I said, my parents are strict. My parents would never let me do anything in my room. Like, I couldn't put no posters up on the wall. Like, y'all know how a regular teenager room look like? That's how I always wanted my room to look like. But my dad would not let me touch a single thing on that wall. I couldn't argue with that man about it. That's his house. At the end of the day, he might give me that room. At the end of the day, it's still his house. He still set rules. You can't hang up nothing on your wall. So then I can sit over here. Let's just say I didn't argue with my dad about that shit. He's going to sit over here and say, boy, you pay no bills. I'm the father. You're the son. If I say you're not going to put no shit on these walls, you're not going to put no shit on these walls. Once you start paying your own bills and then getting your own house, then you can start doing whatever the hell you want to do. Hey, that's rules. At the end of the day, you're not paying no bills in there. You are the kid. He's the parent. She's the parent. You are the kid. They are the parents. How can you have a say just as much as a say so as your mom and dad? You can't. So, like I said, I understand it. I understand where she's coming from, but you know what I'm saying? Because there's been times where I'm just like, man, dude, like, damn, dad, like, can I freaking hang this up? Can I do that? No, you can't. Point blank period. There's nothing that you can do about that. You are the kid. At the end of the day, you are the kid. And when she get older, I'm pretty sure once she get older, she will see what I'm talking about. She will see what I'm talking about. Because not all kids can be taught the same. Not all kids can be taught the same. Some kids might need more discipline than others. It seems maybe she just happened to be a good girl. I don't know.
So, and it's
that's good.
And it.
Go ahead.
And when you bring up the stuff that you do for your children, it makes us feel like a burden. It makes us feel like I can't wait till I grow up so I don't have to be a burden to you anymore. If you say, it's like when people be like, your parents had a life before you, it make you feel like I made you so miserable and bitter and like I just don't want to be here anymore because you don't want me to be here anymore. So why should I be here and put my best foot forward if the person who gave birth to me and made me come in this life doesn't want me? How am I supposed to look at somebody else for love if I feel like I'm not getting love at home? What do you do?
It's like this in a lot of these relationships, friendships, the relationship with your parents. A lot of people in relationships throw at their partner, this is what I do for you, this is what I do for you, blah, blah. And it's like a lot of them will get upset and say, you know, you try to throw this stuff back in my face to make it seem as if, you know, you're doing this because you're obligated to do it, instead of just doing it out of kindness of your heart. And I said, you know, I understand that, but if I'm constantly giving you something, constantly giving you something, I'm not getting nothing in return, and I may ask you to do something, or I may tell you to do something, you don't want to do it, I'm gonna be like, yo, what's up with you, bro? Like, I do so much for you. This is what I've done for you. And you don't do nothing you don't give me anything in return. And a lot of people will look at it and be like, why are you trying to throw it back in my face? No, don't try. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. If I'm asking you to do something, if I'm telling you to do something, and I've always constantly done stuff for you, I mean, dude, do something for me. If I'm asking you to do something, just do it. So you got stuff like this with the parents. You know what I'm saying? I remember telling one of the women, like, yo, if your mom ever sit over here and tell you, you know, hey, this is what I do for you, you're not gonna throw it back in her face and say, you know, hey, you telling me this is you telling me what you do for me, as if, you know what I'm saying, like I'm begging you to do this or something like that. And it's like, yo, you know, as a parent, you do so much for your kid. You do a whole lot for your kid. So it's like, when you don't do something, when as a kid you don't do something for your parent, sometimes the parents may sit over here and say, I do this, I always do this for you, and you can't do a dang thing for me. You see it all the time. That has nothing to do with them sitting over here making it seem that you as if you're a burden. It's never to make it seem as if you're a burden. It's just simply saying, yo, this is what I do for you. When I start asking you to do something for me, I shouldn't be sitting over here getting no grunts. I shouldn't be sitting over here getting no attitude. I shouldn't be sitting over here, man, getting told, no, I don't want to do it. As a parent, if I'm telling you to do it, you're going to do it. Because you're going to be the same kid that's going to be sitting over here asking me, well, damn, mom, why can't I get this? Damn, mom, why can't you buy me this? Damn, dad, why can't you buy me this? Damn, dad, why can't you buy me this right here? And he's going to be like, they're going to be like, well, I asked you to do certain stuff. You don't want to do it. So I'm not about to sit over here and reward bad behavior. So that's why a lot of time parents may sit over here and say, this is what I do for you. And then I ask you to do something and I don't get it in return. So like I said, man, that's why I say, man, a lot of this shit that she's saying, a lot of parents, a lot of old school parents ain't gonna go for that shit. They're gonna be like, man, dude, no, because you're trying to shift the dynamics of the relationships between a kid and a parent. Like, nah, hey, look, like I said, I grew up in a very, very, very strict household, bro. I grew up in a very strict household. So there has been a lot of times where you do have certain parents that will sit over here, and if you try to voice your opinion, even if they're slap dead wrong, they'll sit over here and say, you can't say that. Dad, I don't care. That's disrespectful. Like, you always trying to get the last word. And it's like, well, man, hold on. There is certain boundaries that parents do cross. That it's like, okay, man.
When you want to have somebody to talk to, but they like, you can't talk to them, you go to somebody else to talk to, and that's not who you want us to talk to. How am I supposed to come and talk to you and you don't listen to me, but somebody else may listen to me, but they not gonna treat me how you want me to be treated? You love me, but you don't show it. But they don't love me, but they act like they love me. So I'm gonna.
This is where kids get the definition of love when it comes down to parents very, very twisted. Very twisted.
Can I ask you a question?
The hell you got to ask me? Mr. Stawicki, the one you got the questions for.
How come you ain't never liked me?
Like you? Who the hell said I got to like you? What law is there say I got to like you? Want to stand up in front of my face and ask a damn fool-ass question like that? Talking about liking somebody. Come here, boy, when I talk to you. Straighten up, goddammit. I asked you a question. What law is there say I got to like you?
None.
All right, then. Don't you eat every day? Answer me when I talk to you. Don't you eat every day?
Yeah.
Nigga, as long as you in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me.
Yes, sir.
You eat every day.
Yes, sir.
Got a roof over your head.
Yes, sir.
Got clothes on your back.
Yes, sir.
Why you think that is?
Because of you?
Hell, I know it's because of me. But why do you think that is?
Because you like me?
Like you.
A lot of kids may think you whooping them is you not loving them. That's why a lot of parents always try to reassure the kid right after they get done beating that ass, and they should have said, "Man, look, I love you. I only want you to do better. You know, you saying that you love me, but you don't show it." Parents show them loving you by taking you out, paying bills, putting clothes on your back. Now it goes further than just that. It takes time, go out spending time with them and stuff. So yeah, you know, so to try to sit over here and say that your parents don't love you, parents show their love different ways, and a lot of these parents be struggling. So they can't really show you the true affection as far as always trying to take you out and do all this stuff that you may see other kids doing with their parents.
I go out of here every morning. I bust my butt putting up with them crackers every day because I like you. You're about the biggest fool I ever saw. It's my job. It's my responsibility. A man is supposed to take care of his family. You live in my house, fill your belly with my food, put your behind on my bed because you're my son. Not because I like you, because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. Now let's get this straight right here and now before I go along any further. I ain't got to like you. Mr. Rand don't give me my money come payday because he like me. He give it to me because he owe me. Now I don't give you everything I got to give you. I give you your life. Me and your mama worked that out between us, and liking your black ass wasn't part of the bargain. Now don't you go through life worrying about whether somebody like you or not. You best be making sure they're doing right by you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Then get the hell out of my face and get on down to that A&P.
You know, sometimes parents be going through a whole lot of shit. They have a whole lot on their damn plate. I.e. some of my single mothers. They be having a whole lot of shit on their damn plate. So what makes you think they can just constantly take you out and constantly be doing all of this fun shit for you? And you know what I'm saying, they got rent that's due or whatever. So a lot of kids don't really get to grow up in a household where they can have that true bond and that true love with their parents, that going out and having fun and shit. If some of y'all know what I mean, because in some situations with some people, that's how they live. They're not able to always constantly go out and go have fun, like how you be seeing on TV and some of these white families that's always constantly going out on vacations and shit.
Go to the person that acts like they love me, and not the person who I'm gonna go to the person who acts like they love me. Because when you grow up like this and you grow up with people who emotionally stunt your growth, you go looking for other people and you insecure. You go looking for other people for sex, for people who gonna tell you, "Oh, you're pretty." That's why the first person to tell you you're pretty, I'm glad my mama.
And with that one, understandable. That would be, you know, like I said, I can understand that would be like more of your parents who I would say are in their kid's life but isn't in their kid's life. They don't give them no time or whatever. That's what I'm assuming that she's going to with parents that just gives no time, meaning they're there. They don't freaking hold no conversation with the kid. They don't do anything with that damn kid. So this is where sometimes you may come up with the daddy issues for some of these women. They have daddy issues, meaning they don't have a true father figure in their damn life. You got a woman sitting up here, don't talk to the damn dad at all, ever. They only talk whenever they see each other. And it's like, okay, I always ask women, like, what type of relationship do you have with your parents? What type of person is your dad? I always try to introduce myself to the dad to see what their parents are like. You are marrying into the family, but you have some fathers. This is why I have a video talking about why fathers are crucial for daughters. Why fathers need to be in their daughters' lives, primarily black daughters, because they need some type of male guidance. father figure, because that's what it sounds like she needed. You know, she's talking about going out and having sex and stuff, and then shoot, that would be an absence of a father. Because women tend to go out and have sex and go find that father figure somewhere else instead of their father, because their father might be absent, or their father just really might not even be in their life, as in they don't ever hold conversations. They don't ever talk to the damn women. They don't ever talk to the girls. Hey, well, how you feeling? Who you like? Da da da. So, you know, I understand.
Oh, you're pretty. That's why the first person to tell you you're pretty, I'm glad my mama never, they say your parent and your family is your first bully, pointing out every insecurity you have, and then you want your kids to feel beautiful and smart and go to school with people who telling them the same thing you tell them. That's not gonna work. You can't want to be your children's love and shelter, but you're not that. That's materialistic things. If God was only materialistic to you, you will feel hurt. You need to have your spirit be healed. You need to have your spirit be fed. It's okay to have clothes and shoes and all this stuff, but what about my spirit? What about my emotions? What about my mental state? You can't be, you look pretty on the outside. You got me nice shoes. You got me nice things. But I'm struggling on the inside. Some people want to commit suicide, but they look good on the outside. Y'all focus on the outside so much that you don't take the time. You say you listen to your children, but 9 times out of 10, you're not really listening because we don't.
I tell you what, man. And you know what's funny is that this is coming from a girl. So, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of kids feel this way, but you seeing it coming from a little girl's point of view, because, you know, I don't think you know, some of this shit that she is saying, I don't really think you're gonna hear from boys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't think you're gonna really hear from boys going out. Boys usually don't go out and go look for sex to go fill a void of missing a father or something like that, or missing a mother. But generally, when women, you usually hear women having daddy problems, they go out and go sleep with all types of dudes. But you never really hear dudes with daddy problems or mama problems going out sleeping with all types of men. They do that while they with their parents. They do that with the father figure, without the father. I mean, you know, men are just horny creatures. But like I said, man, you know, it's funny, bro, because it's like, I want to be able to say no shit like this when I was in high school. I wouldn't have been able to say no shit like this. This is how strict my dad is, right? When I sat over here, man, playing football my junior year, this was during summer. This wasn't even a football game. It was like a spring game. It was a scrimmage. And I did terribly, yo. And it was because I had so much expectations on me. And it's like, well, I guess expectations that I put on myself. And I didn't live up to them, and I was down about that, man. I was sad. You could see it in my face. My dad was dropping me off at the house. You know, he could just tell I was upset. You know, he's like, what's your problem? I said, man, you know, I was like, man, I did terrible in the scrimmage today. It just wasn't good, man. And he was like, so then he said, so you just gonna sit over here and fucking cry about it, or you gonna do something about it? You know, I ended up getting out the damn car, closed the door. He drives off. Man, I wanted to go ahead and delete myself. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wanted to go grab that gun. But, you know, I leave that to other people. To me, you know, I got more strength than that. I sat down, I said, you know what, he's right. We need that tough love. A lot of people need tough love. And that's how a lot of boys operate. You can't coddle boys. You have to coddle little girls. You know what I'm saying? You see what she wants. You know, I need love, I need affection and all that. Boys don't need that. So I'm guessing if we're just talking about little girls, and sure, you know, of course, females want to feel beautiful. That's just in women nature. So, you know, but like I said, you know, for me, for boys in general, you know, we ain't getting through that, man. My father was boy. He was hell on me.
Feel safe. You say you create a safe space, but that's 9 times it's not true. Because even though my parents never hit me or they never threatened to hit me, they words hurt even worse. When you telling me, you never say you disappointed in me, but your body language show it all. You look at me like I'm just like you can't believe how you raised this. Some people say it to kids, I can't believe I raised somebody like this. Well, if you raised me so beautifully that you said you never say you disappointed in me, but your body language show it all. You look at me like I'm just like you can't believe how you raised this. Some people say it to kids, I can't believe I raised somebody like this. Well, if you raised me so so beautifully that you shared you is, how come I ended up like this? It's a lot of things that go into having a kid, and some people end up resenting their kids when they have them too young or they have them with the wrong person. Some people just realize that sometimes it's too late to recognize the trauma, because when you get older and I don't have to spend time with you, how often do you see me? When I don't have to live with you no more, how often do you see me? When I have some people get jobs, some people hang out with friends' house because they don't want to go home, and you refuse to recognize that you yourself have caused your child's trauma, whether you want to admit it or not. And that's the issue.
And we're gonna go ahead and end it right there, man. But last part, she does speak true to it. It really does come down to parenting. This is why it's very imperative that folk vet your partner, settle down, and have that kid together, and be good parents to that kid. Be in your kid's life. Fathers, you gotta be active in your daughter's lives. You gotta be active in your daughter's lives, dude. Because a lot of these daughters are looking for that male guidance, and they're gonna find it out here on the streets. You're gonna get upset. You're gonna be like, well, damn, my damn daughter a hoe. Well, it's because, brother, you were in the kid's life, but you weren't in the kid's life. You ain't freaking give the kid no guidance. You ain't talk to the kid about nothing. So she had to go learn it out on her own. You know, and this, like I said, it's imperative that these black fathers be in these daughters' lives, bro. You might not want to F with the baby mama, but if you got a daughter, you gotta be in that kid's life. It's only fair. It's only fair for the kid. Kids ain't asked to be here. So it's only fair for the kids that the father is in the life of that kid, period. So y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, comment, and subscribe.